Hello student, I am Anusmita Bora of Onus classes. Today I am going to discuss important topic that is photosynthesis in higher plants. This chapter is very important from the examination point of view, both for board exam and entrance exam. So before starting the chapter, have a look to the important topic of the chapter. Means in this chapter, we are going to discuss about this topic. The main topic of the chapter is what is photosynthesis. Here we are going to discuss about the definition of photosynthesis, then characteristic of photosynthesis. Then third point is location of photosynthesis, means which particular parts of the plant body the photosynthesis takes place. Next is the steps of photosynthesis. As you know, photosynthesis has two steps. One is light reaction and other is dark reaction. And in light reaction, we are going to discuss about the pigment location and how pigments absorb the light. And in dark reaction, we are going to discuss about how the glucose is formed, location of the dark reaction, enzyme involved in the dark reaction. Next point is type of plant, that is C3 plant and C4 plant. And last topic we are going to discuss in this chapter is the factors affecting the photosynthesis. As the chapter has many important topics to discuss, so I am going to finish the chapter in 4 videos. And so in this first video of the chapter, today I am going to discuss about the following important point only. These points today I am going to discuss is what is photosynthesis, type of nutrition, characteristic feature of photosynthesis, what is pigments, location of photosynthesis, and structure of chloroplast. So first go for the definition of photosynthesis. Means what is photosynthesis? First you have to remember that in photosynthesis means from the name we can write that photo means light and synthesis means to make. So by the help of light energy, when food is made by themselves, that process is called photosynthesis. So for definition of photosynthesis, you can write like that. Photosynthesis is an anabolic process used by plant to convert light energy into chemical energy through cellular respiration to produce fuel of organism, means food, that is glucose. The food of organism is known as mainly glucose. So in this photosynthesis process, the inorganic carbon dioxide, with the help of light energy, it is converted to an organic food that is known as glucose. So organic compound or organic substance is converted to, inorganic substance means inorganic carbon dioxide is converted to organic glucose in photosynthesis process. And again, this process is known as an anabolic process, because in this process, carbon dioxide, with the help of water and light energy, it forms a complex compound that is called glucose. And anabolic means when small compound combine and they form a complex compound, that process is called anabolic process. That's why photosynthesis is called anabolic process. And photosynthesis is a type of nutrition. So before going to depth in the photosynthesis process, we have to know what is nutrition and what are the types of nutrition. So before going to the next step of photosynthesis, come to the definition of nutrition. So what is the definition of nutrition? It is the process, means by which an organism provide or obtaining food for the growth, means for the survival. Means this is the process through which an organism get their food for their survival. So nutrition is of two types. One is heterotrophic, another is autotrophic. So auto means themselves. So autotrophic means the process in which organisms produce their food by them, that is called autotrophic. Whereas the heterotrophic means these organisms dependent on autotroph for their food. So suppose under heterotroph, we are under heterotrophic because we have to depend on other organism or plants for our food. So as we are going to discuss about photosynthesis, so here we come only through the autotrophic nutrition. So again, autotrophic nutrition is divided into two types. First one is called chemoautotrophic and second one is called photoautotrophic. So why it is called chemoautotrophic? Chemoautotrophic means what? Here the energy is taken from a chemical reaction. That's why it is called chemoautotrophic. And since pigments are necessary for trapping the light energy, so but in chemoautotrophic nutrition, the means light and energy is absorbed from chemical reaction, so no pigment is present there, means pigment is completely absent. So energy is taken from a chemical, means oxidation reaction outside the cell. And again, in photoautotrophic, pigments are present because they can only trap the light energy. So in photoautotrophic, light energy is taken and then with the help of this light energy, food is produced. This chemoautotrophic type of nutrition is generally found in bacteria And in this bacterial cell, generally in the outside of the cell, what some chemical reaction takes place, especially oxidation type of chemical reaction takes place, and energy is produced, and that energy is absorbed by the cell, and then they, with the help of that energy, they produce ATP and glucose. But wherein photoautotrophic, they take this energy from the sunlight. Now go for the photoautotrophic. Again, photoautotrophic is two types. First one is called oxygenic, and second one is called anexogenic. So oxygenic means what? Oxygenic type of photosynthesis means what? In this type of photosynthesis, suppose photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, what is the chemical reaction? Carbon dioxide plus water. Then as a result, they produce what? Glucose, means C6H12O6 plus oxygen. So in this reaction, water is used, and as a result, oxygen is produced as a byproduct. So since oxygen is produced, that's why this type of reaction is called oxygenic photosynthesis. And where is anexogenic means what? In anexogenic type, in place of water, hydrogen sulfide is used. Hydrogen sulfide is used, and as a result, in place of oxygen, here sulfur will be produced. So when sulfur will be produced as byproduct, that type of reaction is called anexogenic, and when oxygen is produced as byproduct, that type of process is called oxygenic type of process. So photosynthesis is oxygenic type of process. Now come for the main characteristic point of photosynthesis. So first point we have to remember, in photosynthesis, inorganic carbon dioxide is converted to organic glucose. Next, it is a reduction reaction because carbon dioxide is used, and as a result, glucose is produced, but in glucose, hydrogen is extra present. That's why in the reaction where hydrogen is added, that reaction is called reduction reaction. That's why photosynthesis is a reduction reaction. Third point is endothermic reaction. Since in a reduction reaction, the reactant need extra energy to carry over the reaction. That's why the photosynthesis also endothermic reaction, because it is a reduction reaction. Means in this type of reaction, reactant absorb heat energy from the surrounding to form the product. Then fourth point is physiochemical reaction. Physiochemical means what? In this photosynthesis process, both physical and chemical reactions takes place at the same time. Means it traps the light energy and as a result, using that light energy, it is produced, or food or glucose is produced by a chemical reaction. Means both physical and chemical reaction takes place. That's why it is known as physiochemical reaction. Last point is anabolic process. Anabolic process means acid combine carbon dioxide and water in the presence of solar energy to form a complex substance, that is glucose. Since two compound form and a complex compound is formed, that's why it is known as anabolic process. So these five are the main characteristics of photosynthesis. Next, go for the another important topic, that is pigment. Means which are the important chemical substance which trap the light energy to for the process of photosynthesis. So pigment is what? If question come, what is pigment? You have to write a chemical substance occurring in plants and animals tissue producing a characteristic color. And different plant pigment absorb a fixed wavelength of light and excite electron. So for photosynthesis, mainly 4 types of pigments are essential. Means it need mainly 4 types of pigments in the photosynthesis process, that are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotene or carotenoid, or xanthophyll. In your NCERT book, carotenoid term is used. Carotene and carotenoid are same thing. So here chlorophyll A, which is blue-green in color, is the main pigment, whereas other 3 pigment, the chlorophyll B, which is green-yellow in color, carotene, which is yellow-orange in color, xanthophyll, which is brownish-yellow in color, are known as accessory pigment. So chlorophyll A is the main pigment, and other 3 pigments are the accessory pigments. They means they help chlorophyll A to produce, means in the process of photosynthesis. Next, go for the last point of today's video, that is location of photosynthesis. The next point, that is location of photosynthesis. First let me explain, then I will show you the note. So we all know that photosynthesis generally takes place in all the green parts of a plant, and specially main part of photosynthesis or main portion of photosynthesis takes place in green leaf. But in green leaf, in which particular portion this process takes place, we are going to discuss here that topic. So when we enlarge the structure of a leaf, suppose this is the structure of a leaf,
And within this leaf, this large orange structure is known as a special type of cell which is known as mesophyll cell. So here I am just draw the diagram in large portion so that you can understand. So within the mesophyll cells, it has lots of cell organelles, and these are the different organelles of cells. With these other organelles, there are some green tiny structures, and this tiny structure is known as chloroplast, where the main part of organ of photosynthesis means the pigments are present which trap the light energy from sunlight, and then with the help of carbon dioxide and water, a organic food is produced which is known as glucose. The carbon dioxide used in this photosynthesis process is taken some percentage of the carbon dioxide is taken from which are produced in the cellular respiration within the cell, and some part of carbon dioxide is taken from the environment which enter through the this stomata. And this carbon dioxide then combine with water molecule, and they use the light energy, and then a inorganic carbon dioxide is converted to a organic food which is known as glucose. So but they now come for the structure of this chloroplast where the main photosynthesis takes place. So look, this is this green structure of chloroplast. Their structures are actually like that, means it is a oval shape and structure, and the chloroplast is double membrane. This is outer membrane and this is inner membrane. Within the chloroplast there are a semi-fluid structure which is known as stroma. So this portion are known as stroma. And within the stroma, there are some flattened disc-like sac-like structure. Look, these are the sac-like structure. These sac-like structures are known as thylakoid. And these thylakoids are arranged, in some places they are arranged singly, and in some places they are arranged one upon another. But when they are arranged one upon another, they are known as grana. These are known as, stacks are known as grana. But when they are arranged singly, they are known as thylakoid. And each thylakoid or this grana and this single thylakoids are joined with some connection which are known as stroma lamella. And so in the membrane, outer membrane of this thylakoid, this dotted structure you are showing here, these are the dotted structure. These are called photosystem. It means photosystems are present in the membrane of the thylakoid. And in the photosystem, the main part of photosynthesis means the pigments are present which trap the light energy, and finally the light reaction takes place here. But as photosynthesis has two parts, one light reaction and one dark reaction. For light reaction, they need green light, means light from sun, which are trapped, means the light energy which is required for photosynthesis are trapped by the pigments which are present in this photosynthesis are present in grana. That's why the light reaction takes place in grana, whereas the dark reaction, means second part of photosynthesis, takes place in stroma position, means here. So here the light reaction takes place and here the dark reaction takes place. It means as a whole the photosynthesis takes place in chloroplast. So light reaction plus dark reaction is equal to photosynthesis. So if question come, what is the location or site of photosynthesis, then what you will going to write? You have to write the photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast present in the mesophyll cells of leaf. And in the chloroplast, the light reaction part takes place in the grana, whereas the dark reaction takes place in the stroma position. Or as a whole, both the whole photosynthesis process takes place in the chloroplast of.
So this is the note of location of photosynthesis. First one is it takes place in the green parts of the plants, mainly chloroplast, present in the mesophyll cells of the leaves. Second point is chloroplasts are oval body bounded by a double membrane. Third point is main component of chloroplast are inner and outer membrane, the stroma lamella. granothylakoid, and the fluid stroma. Then next point is photosystems are present on the upper surface of the thylakoid, and the light reaction takes place there, whereas the dark reaction takes place in stroma position. So these are the description of the location of the photosynthesis, and these are the diagram. Again, I am showing you. So this is the leaf. From leaf, these are the mesophyll cells. Within the mesophyll cells, the chloroplast is present, and this is the structure of chloroplast, where in the grana portion, the light reaction takes place with the help of solar energy, and whereas in stroma position, the dark reaction takes place. And in the light reaction, NADP and ATP is produced, which are used by the dark reaction in night, and as a result, ADP and NADP is used, which are used in the light reaction. Like this cycle, the photosynthesis takes place within the chloroplast. So that's all for today's video. And if you like my video, you like it, share it, and subscribe it. In my next video, I'm going to explain about the light reaction, or how light reaction takes place in photosynthesis.